Hello, Mito. Bit of a diary recording today. My place, when I haven't cleaned up yet for the day. I know it's like lunchtime now and I've still got a lot to do, but anyway. So this is the beds that my ducks sleep in every night. I come in every night and just turn one of the lights on the aquariums. And basically, alright, so where we're at. A few husbandry things I've got to look at. So basically, my two boys are probably causing a little too more injuries to my girls than I would like. Will I get rid of them? Hell no. I just need to manage things better. And that means managing how I separate them a little bit better. Probably planning ahead a little bit more than what I have. The thing about duck keeping, you have an idea, but you don't really know until you're in the thick of it, and then, you know, as things pop up, you need to adjust accordingly. So I was looking at maybe just getting one more girl. You know, I thought maybe my ratios of boys to ducks weren't good enough. But the two brothers, I think they're just trying to say, hey, I'm the dominant one. No, I'm the dominant one. And they're not hurting each other, but they're accidentally hurting the girls sometimes when they're mounting them. But I also do think, because I have a mixed breed, like I have a pack of ducks that are mixed breeds, like they're not all mixed each. I just have different breeds all together. I do think that's presenting some problems because, as an example, my boy Frigg, he's quite strong and big, and I think he's causing a bit too much distress for the smaller Peking Luca. So there's also the size difference as well. So I don't think I'm going to make a decision right now as to how, what, where, you know, but I'm in the process of how I'm going to manage and what are my solutions are going to be. So we're now looking at a blank wall. It's like, yeah, show us something interesting, please. Well, it is a diary. So this is one of my ladder shelves that I have with my arts, because I paint and everything, and I haven't been able to for quite a while because I've just been so busy. I'm actually thinking of probably moving this sort of setup into that back sunroom now. It's finally been painted. Nearly 2 years of being here, and they finally painted the that back room ceiling because it was covered in mold. I know, it's disgusting. It's just that alone. I just felt like that whole ordeal with the agent just took 10 years off my life. It's just so tiring. You know, it's not like you're asking for a dishwasher to be fixed. I can't understand dishwashers, really. No offense to anyone who has them and likes them. I'm I'm too old fashioned. You know, I like my cast iron pots and pans, if you know what I mean. And I even prefer a old oven, stovetop oven. I'm not really fond of the new shit, but anyway, even gas is a little bit too new for me. I digress. So if I move that out of the way, the beds haven't been cleaned out yet. So this is as dirty as it gets every night, which is not bad at all. I don't think it's bad at all. And all this goes back into my backyard or front yard and all the garden beds I'm building. With the help of my ducks, I'm building amazing garden beds. And I just need a sip of my hot chocolate gone cold this morning. Hang on a second. Much better. And then at the back, this is where my two boys sleep. So I thought, okay, maybe I need another girl. I was speaking to, oh, hang on a second, I just need to do something. better. I was speaking to someone who is a breeder, and I don't know. I'm going to get into a recording one day about the politics or the attitudes of the country. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, myself personally, I'm bilingual, well achieved. Circumstances put me in an area where I'm not rich, but, you know, I'm from overseas, been all over the world, have done amazing things, have worked with amazing people, whether they were Arnold Schwarzenegger literally, or you know, performers such as Janet Jackson, or, you know, I've worked and been with amazing people, and you get these people who aren't really anybody, and the tickets they have on themselves, it's just astounding. It's like, what have you created or done for humanity? I don't care if you haven't done or created anything. I don't give two shits. But to have the attitude that they have is just astounding. But, you know, I at least got some information from him in regards to, you know, maybe my boys are being competitive with each other, which they probably are, but I think it's also the fact that there's, you know, the sizing of one of my boys compared to some of the girls he's mounting, the different breeds. I keep fish. I have aquariums, and it's the same thing with aquariums. When you're mixing up different species, you can come into some problems, and it could be that, you know, going forward as I manage my ducks, my pets, maybe at different times of the year, I'd completely isolate the girls from the boys, or I completely isolate the breeds at some times of the year or some parts of the day, and then other parts of the day I let them all, you know, congregate into the centre around the pool and in the pool. So, you know, I'm going to have to play it by ear, but I will share, because I'm pretty sure if there's anyone out there who has more than 2 pet ducks and they have boys in the mix, especially if they have different breeds amongst their flock, they're probably going to come into this situation, and there's not a lot of forthcoming information as to what to do. So if I can share my experience and it helps anyone, and by default they're loved feathers, then that's all good, yeah? So we're looking at this wall, not because I'm trying to bore you to creases. Hopefully I'm not, in my rambly way. So a lady in Ballon has 2 sets of trios, so a boy and 2 girls, a drake and 2 hens, 2 lots of. Obviously I wouldn't be looking at getting 2 lots, but I was thinking originally of getting a silver apple yard, so I have another silver apple yard that's like Bella, because I think she also feels a bit left out sometimes. She's such a big, beautiful silver thing, and there's no one that looks like her, you know. Animals, I feel like they do recognize this shit. It's like, what's wrong? You know, like the, you know, cat who thinks it's a lion until it sees itself in a mirror or something, you know. I think it does get to her, you know, and she's such silver apple yards have such a unique way of walking. They're so big and, you know, stocky. And she's you know, a couple of times had her neck aggravated by my boys mounting her. So, you know, I would like her to have a male that is of her own breed. I'm hoping that he would actually be a little bit more, not gentle, but a little bit more suited to her physically, with his shape and mechanics of how he moves with hers, because like I said, she is quite different in that way. So anyway, I was looking at just one, but I kid you not, the breeder literally said to me, well, he doesn't have any at the time, but he's literally like, I'm sorry, pretty much I only sell my ducks to other breeders because I put so much work in them. I'm like, I'm thinking, who the hell do you think you're speaking to? Not because I've got chips on myself, but it's like, I spend at least 3 or 4 hours every day with my birds and their care, and I have a interest in preserving breeds and bringing more information to the public and making sure that you know, a lot of the shit that's being flying under the radar in how ducks are being kept, which is not good for them, it stops. And there's more support with councils for people in the community to own pets that are ducks, because they do wonders for the garden. I think they're better than chickens in that regard. I love chickens. I've got 2 hens, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I wouldn't have no garden if my chickens were free roaming. Like, you know, if you just got grass, yeah, that's fine. But if you've actually got plants, they're gone. So anyway, I just... Who the flip are you? So sorry. Oh my God. You know, so I can understand just not agreeing to something straight away, but, you know, sussing someone out, but just right off the fluff. If you're not a breeder, I don't want to know you, basically. I'm like, well, fuck you, sorry, excuse my French. He's probably a nice guy, and I have no idea what's going on there, but I guess there's a bit of a, I wasn't going to talk about it in this vlog, but I have found a bit of a pattern in this part of country Victoria where I just feel like people think they're really great, and often they're not. Like you wouldn't care, but they act like they're really great, and then it's like, oh wow, I'm interested, what's going on? And it's like nothing. They feel entitled or something. I don't know what it is. You know, you literally have someone who's drug screwed and they're walking around as if they're one of the Jacksons or something. Like, it's just it's just, and I have no idea. Anyway, I am pretty much struggling with connecting to people out here, because regardless of everything I've done, seen, and everyone I've met and known in my life, very interesting, long life, I enjoy just being open and honest and being kind, until someone proves to me that they don't deserve any of that and they just need to be shunned. So, you know, it's a tough one. So I'll probably do I need to do some more introspection, more. I mean, I'm not staying here forever. I do want to be in the countryside, but not around people who think they're fantastic like this. It's just a bit ridiculous. And it also becomes about money and, you know, I don't know. I'd like to see people who are in regional or country actually loving regional and country and making it about the regional and country and not about themselves. So anyway, I need to think a bit about that, and I'll do a diary on that at some point, just on that. But I didn't need to dominate this recording with my personal dramas there. Sorry. So anyway, there was a nice lady I spoke to in Ballan. Now she's got these 2 trios, and I don't know, they don't look like they're pure silver apple yards, which is sort of kind of a bit of a because I wanted pure silver apple yards. From what I can see though, there seems to be 2 types, a large and the smaller, and my girl Bella is a larger one, all like literally all silver and white. And these tend to look like they're smaller from the photos. I mean, photos can be deceiving. You know, my ducks are huge when you see them in person compared to how you see them on, you know, a vlog or photo. So I might just bite the bullet, basically, and take in 1 set of trios. So 1 boy and 2 girls that are silver apple yard. And then I've already started to look at my so much to do. I've already started to like map out, you know, scenarios, even set up in my yard, is to, you know, rotating who's with who, how I will introduce them, you know, that sort of thing. I've just got feathers everywhere. My girls are now just dropping all their feathers. They're going into their full molt hardcore, like literally dropping 5 or 6 feathers in one clump. Old feathers, not new feathers. So we'll see. So in that regard, I will need to update my sleeping quarters again, because they all come in and sleep at night. So what I'm thinking of doing now is using this larger pen or bed for the 2 boys, which will be 3 boys, and then getting another one like this, which is actually a little bit wider. I think, like, you know, it's about here. So that will be okay for 8 girls. Because right now, even this is probably a snugly fit for 6 girls. But they need that extra moving room. So I think it'll be fine for the 8. I mean, I have a spare just in case if it's not. It's nice to have a spare anyway. Because if one is injured and can't be bothered by anyone else as she's healing or he's healing, or if one's gone full broody and is like a dragon, no one can go near her, which happens. It's nice to have just a separate sleeping quarters so everyone can just leave her alone, or he alone if he's injured. But anyway, so I'm going to have to do that. So I've spoken to the lady, and come Wednesday she said she can drop them off, and I'll just pay extra for some petrol. But what I might do is just pay her for the three feathers, and then ask her to just hold on till delivery till the next week, so that way I can get one of these beds crates delivered to me, and I can have the sleeping quarters set up. Because otherwise what I will probably do is I'll keep the 3 newcomers outside at night in the enclosure, which is closed off roof and sides, but ideally I want them to stay inside on the get-go. I'm going to make a presumption they're going to be a little bit crazy, loud, uncouth, basically a bit like wild duck, because not everyone has their duck sleeping inside like I do, which is fine. I mean, people do what they can do, you know what I mean? But look, this is just from yesterday. Look at all the feathers they're dropping. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh, my poor babies. I have some noodles I'm going to take out. So let's share some of the noodle feed. And yeah, oh my days. So that will mean I will have 10 ducks. Kind of pushing it with the numbers. But I need to manage them. Now I'm probably going to end up doing 2 parts. Oh, noodles. Oh, we want noodles. Give us noodles now. They're quacking for noodles. And that's Sassy Quack. Oh, that one there is Freya. But the one that sounds like, you know, one of the 3 Stooges, whack, quack, quack. That's Fendry. Oh my goodness. Hey, puppies. So, another thing I've just started doing is... she dropped an egg. Let me get the food. When they eat in the morning, I'm now getting into the habit of locking them in their pen for food, because what I'm finding is going is they're not getting all their food because the bloody sparrows. So in the UK there's a serious issue with the declined population of sparrows, whereas in Australia looks like they migrated here. Hang on. So basically I'm straight over here. Come on, you puppies. Let's put it in the trunk. Freak. Fine. Alright. So let's go to the other run. coming, girls. Hang on. Hang on. Coming. Oh, secret. So now when I give them their bulk of their feed in the morning, I'm locking them in the pen so as to get them to focus on eating, because otherwise they eat a little bit then walk off, and then the sparrows en masse take over the run with the ducks not in there and eat all their food. So now my girls are all in here, as you know, because Bella had a sore eye from the boys mounting. Luca, oh, noodles. Whereas Luca started to get a sore eye from the boys mounting. Soon, as you know, is disabled. She really wants to be out there with the boys though. Hello, honey. Oh, we don't like the camera. They hate the camera. Man, I understand. I don't like the camera either. So, Bella's eye has, is not as swollen, but her neck was really tender, so they obviously had grabbed her neck in a bad position. You see what I mean about her size and structure compared to the others? So her neck is more sensitive because it's actually bigger. There's more of it basically to get trapped in a position, if you like. So, I really did also want to... Oh, Bridget, what we got here, honey? Put it through the wires. Look at this. I'll just put it through there like that. I know it's lazy, but I'll come back later and get you some more grub. As heads up, when they're going through their molt, my God, they go through so much food. So much more food. So Freya's feathers aren't completely healed yet, or regenerated I should say. Her wing feathers need to be back. She can't handle males on her while her wing feathers aren't back, because then she's open to having sprained wrist, damage to the phalanges, basically fingers, and just wing damage in general. So until she's got all her feathers back, poor Mr. Fawn over there, you're just going to have to soak it up, buddy. He loves his sister. They don't have the same sort of social situations as us humans in that way. It's not unheard of or unusual or wrong for a brother and sister to be a pairing buddy, if you like. It happens. You do have to be careful though with their offspring. They can end up with issues if you're just breeding a brother and sister duck. You can have problems. So anyway, so I've done a little bit of a look into scenarios with males, drakes, when they get a little bit too much for each other or the other girls. They're basically competing. Oh honey, poor Bridget. You'd think she never gets fed, that girl. But look at Suna, she just can't wait to be with the boys. So anyway, so as we stand now with the enclosure, we've got the chooks. Now this one here actually has damage in the roof from a really shit winter, and it basically way down in the center and collapsed, and I had to fix it. So I need to replace some of the poles. I'm actually thinking of making some modifications as well. I've got chicken wire, but I want hardware cloth, because I don't want sparrows going in there for a free feed, which is what they're doing. I don't mind feeding them, but my chooks need to come first in that regard. This run here where the ducks are, the females, the 4 females, it's partially hardwire cloth and the other part is chicken wire. I do have more hardware cloth. I haven't put it up because I wanted to sort out in my head, or on paper as well, exactly what I'm doing where first before I start doing things. What I most likely will do is get one massive run. So instead of having, this is a different one altogether. This is 3 meters by 2 and 2 meters high. What I might even do is use this one for the chooks. It's already partially hardware clothed. Get another run instead of buying, because the thing is, if I buy the materials to make another one of these, it's going to come to about $100 less than making something for a 6 meter run. So if I make a 6 meter run, which will be like this one, that 2 meters square or 4 meter run there, or 2 meters on length, I'll have another extra meter, which will still give me enough walking into my in-ground greenhouse here. I don't need that much extra room, so that will get extra length there. The other thing too is I'm thinking, I've done a few sketches. I need to finalise my plans on how to do some barriers on the inside. So if time came that I needed to, I could literally isolate 3 sets of birds. So I could isolate 3 groups, I should say. So I could put a male in each section with the girls that are okay to be with him, or I could isolate the girls in 2 sections altogether and just have the males in the third if they're being too rambunctious. What I'm thinking of doing, if I do that, I will do a door facing my greenhouse. I'll also do a door facing here, which, thank Odin, I haven't done this garden bed yet. It's just potted, because if I have a door there, obviously I can't have a garden bed in front of the door. So an entry here, an exit there, or entry, exit there, entry, exit here, and then to basically slot in dividers that I can just change and move accordingly to what I need. Then that way I can manage my ducks throughout the seasons and the different stages of their life. The boys aren't at it all day. It's just that when they are at it, they're very enthusiastic. The lady I spoke to, she said that the boys are usually spunky up until they're 3 years old. So anyway, so to manage that, look at Fawn. He just loves his sister Freya. He's just they're completely compatible too. He's a lot more gentle than Freak. Freak is just strong. Like, my days, Freak should be weightlifting. He's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the males. Look, she loves flies. You found a fly? Oh, you're so funny. Instead of a vacuum, she's a fly vacuum. Poor Suna, we need to exercise those legs, honey bun. But yeah, she's when they have their feathers missing on their head, it happens all the time. Bald spots in the back of girls is normal. Yes, when you've got male ducks, and it's not going to hurt them. But if it looks like it's a bit inflamed or they haven't regenerated yet, you need to remove the girls so their feathers can grow back for another onslaught from the boys. You just need to do that. So this is why multiple runs. So I think I'm going to cut the recording off here, probably do a second part. Sorry, I probably rambled a little bit at the beginning of this recording, but we started in the area that I've got to tend to first, which is the overnight bedding is the most important part, I think, of keeping your birds safe and in their enclosure, in their safety. Most know I'm against animals being farmed in a way where they have no freedoms to free range, or to be, trampling in their own muck or in this tight little square. where they can't run around and stretch and do things. Sometimes you need to isolate, like I've got my girls now.